I walked out of that courtroom with the house, the cars, his retirement account, and 52% of his business. My sister walked out with nothing but shame and a one-way ticket out of state. My husband Jason walked out broke and facing bankruptcy. They thought I'd be the one left crying. They thought wrong. My name is Sarah Wilson. I'm 36 years old, and I live in Franklin, Tennessee. 6 months ago, I discovered my husband was sleeping with my younger sister Emma in our guest bedroom while I was at work. What they didn't know was that I'm a corporate litigation attorney, and when you betray someone who destroys people in court for a living, you better hope you covered your tracks. They didn't. Jason and I had been married 12 years. We met at Vanderbilt, built a perfect life in the suburbs, the kind everyone envies. He ran a logistics company. I worked at a top law firm. We had the colonial house, the church attendance, the dinner parties. Picture perfect. My sister Emma was the family disaster. Dropped out of college twice, bad relationships, couldn't hold a job. When she hit rock bottom last year, I took her in. Gave her our guest room, helped her find work, paid her bills. I thought I was being a good sister. I was actually bringing a snake into my home. For 3 months, everything seemed fine. Emma worked evenings, Jason worked from home. I worked long hours on a major case. I didn't think anything of them being alone together every afternoon. Then one Friday in September, my court case settled early. I came home at 2 p.m. to surprise Jason. His truck was there. So was Emma's car. I heard sounds upstairs, not just any sounds. I pulled out my phone and started recording. I walked up those stairs, stood outside the guest bedroom, and captured 30 seconds of audio before I opened the door. Jason was on top of Emma in the bed I'd bought, in sheets I'd washed, in the room I'd decorated for her. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I told them they had 30 minutes to get out of my house. Jason stammered that we could work through this. Emma cried and said sorry. I told them both that they'd just destroyed their entire lives and walked out. That weekend, I built my case. I went through every financial record, accessed Jason's laptop remotely, pulled phone records. I found texts going back 4 months. 4 months of them mocking me, planning their encounters, even joking about doing it in my bed. But I found something else. Jason had been hiding money. Almost $200,000 moved into a secret account over 2 years. He had consulted a divorce lawyer 6 months ago. They weren't just having an affair. They were planning to leave me once Jason had enough saved. I hired Margaret Chen, the most ruthless divorce attorney in Nashville. When I showed her the recording, the texts, and the hidden assets, she smiled. Tennessee isn't a no-fault state. Adultery matters here, especially with family in the marital home. I filed Monday. Jason was served at his office. The petition requested everything: the house, cars, retirement accounts, and majority ownership of his business. The next 6 months were legal warfare. We subpoenaed his business records and found years of hidden income. We found hotel receipts showing he'd used marital funds to finance the affair. Every move he made, we countered with something worse. At the first hearing, Margaret played the recording for the judge. Jason's face turned red hearing that audio in open court. I felt nothing. Emma tried to disappear. Our father kicked her out after 2 days. Our mother wouldn't speak to her. Our entire family took my side. She moved to Murfreesboro, but I made sure everyone knew what she'd done. Our church, our friends, her employers. I didn't lie. I just told the truth. The truth destroyed her. Jason's business fell apart. Word spread about the affair. In Tennessee, that kind of moral failure matters. His clients dropped him, partners distanced themselves, revenue dropped 40%, which worked in my favor when the business was valued for divorce settlement. The final hearing was in March. Jason tried to negotiate for months. I refused. I wanted a judge to decide. Margaret presented everything methodically. The adultery, hidden assets, misuse of funds, business misconduct. Jason's attorney argued I was being unreasonable, that I made enough money on my own. Margaret countered that I'd invested 12 years and his betrayal with my own sister deserved no sympathy. The judge was a woman who'd seen everything. She awarded me the house, both cars, Jason's entire retirement, and 52% of his business. She ordered him to pay my legal fees. When she read the ruling, Jason went white. I felt cold justice. Jason filed bankruptcy 6 weeks later. Lost everything, moved to a one-bedroom in a bad part of town. Took a job working for someone else because I devoted to remove him as CEO of the business I now controlled. Emma left Tennessee completely. Last I heard, she's in Arizona working at a gas station. Our family is fractured beyond repair. I still live in the house. Redecorated everything, turned that guest bedroom into my office, just made partner at my firm. I date occasionally, but nothing serious. I'm not sure I'll ever trust anyone enough to remarry. People ask if I regret how hard I went after them. They say I could have been the bigger person, taken an equitable settlement. They don't understand. I didn't destroy Jason's business. He did that when he betrayed me. I just made sure I got what I was legally entitled to after 12 years. As for Emma, she destroyed herself. I simply made sure everyone knew who she really was. I don't regret a single thing. I used every advantage, every piece of evidence, every legal strategy to make sure the people who betrayed me paid the price. Some call that revenge. I call it consequences. They made choices. Those choices had outcomes. That's not cruel. That's fair. But here's what nobody tells you about winning. Even when justice is served and they suffer the way you wanted, it doesn't heal the wound. I have everything now. Jason has nothing. Emma has nothing. But I'm still the woman whose husband chose her sister. I'm lonelier than I've ever been. I don't trust my own judgment anymore. I've built walls so high nobody gets close, and I tell myself that's safer. But late at night in this big empty house, I wonder if maybe I lost something too, not financially, but some part of me that used to believe in love and family and goodness. That part died the day I opened that door, and no court ruling could bring it back. So here's my question for you. If your spouse betrayed you with your own sibling, if they'd hidden money planning to leave you, if you had the power to destroy them completely in court, would you do it? Would you take everything, ruin their business, make them suffer for years? Or would you take the high road and try to move on? And if you did destroy them, would you feel like you'd won or like you'd lost something of yourself? Leave a comment and tell me what you would do, because I need to know if I chose right, or if revenge cost me more than the betrayal did.